Hi, this is Elitom Elamin, and I'm in wonderful Punjab, India. We're having a great time up here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a Breatharian and Breatharian teacher. That's a person who don't eat at all or very little. Now you got to listen at this. And I have a real special friend with me, and we're having a real good time here in India. And this is Shawna, and I'm going to turn it over to her to tell you a little bit about living on prana.
Well, you said you wanted to let people know about our conversation that we had the other day,
Right.
and you thought it was really valuable information that I had lived 4 months without eating food,
Right.
and that then I chose to eat again
Right.
in a conscious way. For different reasons, I chose to experiment actually
Right.
with what would it be like if I ate again.
Right.
And so I ate for a month, and then I didn't eat again for another 6 weeks.
Right.
Then I ate again for a month,
Right.
and then I didn't eat again for a month.
And we felt that this will be very valuable for people to understand this.
Yeah.
Why? Because when people start living on prana, there's a level that's called conscious eating. And that's what we want to let people know about. So this video is dealing with breatharian conscious eating. Where you have the power now, you don't have to eat because the body needs it.
Right.
But you can pick and choose for family situations,
Right.
get-togethers. You don't have to exclude yourself and be up in the mountains. But you know the food is not sustaining you at all.
Right.
Whole nother ball game.
Yeah, it was very interesting to eat because I wanted to, not because I needed to.
Exactly.
I knew that I didn't need food to survive.
Right.
And then I actually enjoyed choosing to eat food
Exactly.
so that I could spend time with family or integrate. I was traveling, so you know, you're in Israel, you want to have the
Oh yeah.
hummus and all of the food there. And
Right.
each country I was in, I wanted to experience
Experience the
food.
new foods.
and
And
the
those are different.
fruits and-
This is the freedom it gives you. You're no longer on that survival level no more, but you can still taste new foods if you want to.
Right.
You know when to lay back, you know why it happened. Instead of saying, I don't know why my back hurt. Well, you've been eating too much. You know about that already. We got past that bump. And even for myself, there's some places I go where the pollution is very high. Your body's picking it up. And what I do, even though I have the ability not to drink, I do water flushes. Water is a great soluble. It gets stuff through real fast, and it takes place, and then I'm back off to the races. So that don't got nothing to do with you need water.
Right.
Absolutely. We broke that paradigm shift already.
Right. And you know, the other thing, I don't know if I had a chance to tell you, but one of the first reasons that I started eating, when I say it was an experiment, is because there was a breatharian teacher that said, after you've done the process and the body has converted
Right.
to living on prana, that you won't have the same kind of allergies and food sensitivities.
Listen at that.
And I struggled for most of my life with severe food allergies, dairy, wheat, many gluten allergies, dairy allergies.
Right.
Very sensitive to sugar, extremely sensitive. And so this is why my eating had become refined and refined over 30 years.
Right.
You know, right from macrobiotics to whole foods to vegetarian to vegan to raw to fruitarian to
Right.
liquidarian. So after I was living on, mostly living on prana for 4 months, right, just water and tea,
Right.
I thought, well, I want to know if that's true.
Yeah.
I want to know if it's true, if
You
I
wanna
wouldn't
know.
have food sensitivities.
We're experimenting.
And I would be a good laboratory to experiment.
Right.
So I was in Madrid, and you know, in Madrid they have really great cheese. So for this vegan, it was quite a stretch to see if I would be sensitive to cheese, to
Right.
croissants, to ice cream.
Right. You want to
and-
explore.
And the bread, and yeah. And so a little bit, nothing. 8 more, nothing.
Nothing.
8 more, nada.
Right.
So 1 month I was in Madrid eating all of the things that I
Right.
never could eat for 30 years.
This is awesome.
And no mucus, no phlegm, no reactions, no
Right.
skin allergy, no digestive upset.
Right.
It was so profound for me. I really understood then that something
Took
had
place.
changed in my biology.
You're a whole nother creature. Exactly. That's why there's that level called conscious eating. And you got to know you're on these levels because, of course, you took yourself through the process. 4 months here, 6 months here. But when you see something like when my son was being raised, I had them every other weekend, and that's when I enjoyed myself to eat with them.
Right, right.
Absolutely. Now somebody could come up, oh, you're not I went all week long without eating. It wasn't fasting.
Right.
I'm sitting here playing basketball, going to the gym,
Right, right.
you know, biking.
Right.
Please leave us alone. You are living on prana.
Right. Remember when you said about when you have to go through these parting company and breaking up with certain foods, and you go on this binge with certain foods.
Yeah.
And I remember one week, all I was eating was olives, these amazing organic sun-dried olives. you know.
Right.
And I ate them all day, every day. And somebody said, "Oh, you're not a breatharian. You're eating all these olives." And I thought, okay, now let's just look at how would a steady diet of olives fit in with let's say the food and drug, like the daily requirements is what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. So, not that I even like the word or the name breatharian. It doesn't really fit for me, in terms of, I think, there's
that's a whole nother conversation.
a whole other conversation. But anyway, just your point in case, so that if you're having one meal a week or you're eating just a few olives every day, does that mean you're not living on prana? Does that mean you haven't made the shift to know, first of all, that you don't need food?
Right.
And secondly, to not need food.
Exactly.
But to choose to play with food. And
we're educating.
for me, we were talking the other day, and I wanted to say that I spent 30 years not being able to eat so many things.
Right.
And the irony is, after I did the pranic process and went 4 months without food, then I could eat more widely and more things than I had ever been able to eat before, because my body really didn't interact with it the same way.
Exactly.
So anyway, I did that, month here, month there, and exploring different foods.
And like how she did the olives, for me, I was like food free. Well, I'm living on prana. So I never tasted, what was that again? Sushi. I always heard about it, and I said, I want to see what that tastes like. I ate the first one and said, whoa, this is delicious. I spent a whole week buying different types of sushi, enjoying myself. But this is what happens when you're on a breatharian conscious journey. After the week was over, I was satisfied, and I never had another sushi since. I don't desire it. There's another desire for living with the light, seeing how far you can go, opening up your consciousness. In other words, the old desire of eating will be overrode eventually by this new paradigm that you're going into. So it's okay to be on the food eating or eating consciously binge, or even if you wish to stay there. Everybody lives on prana.
Right, exactly.
I just did a retreat where I educated people on that. How are you going to use more energy within your life? Because everything you're doing, you're using energy. And that's what we want. We want good health. We want abundance. We want balance. We want happiness. That's what you want, and it's all energetic. From our thought, our physical well-being, and we might as well get over it. Everything you put in your body has an effect.
Yes.
That's the way it is. But you being who you are could take it to a whole nother level, because we're smarter than that. Give the human being some credit. So this is interesting, Shawna. This is important to get this information out about what living on prana is.
Right, the different versions that it
The
can
different
take.
versions of it.
Right.
Because a person, as soon as you say that, well, I want to see you never eat, how long you been going, don't drink nothing. I could do what I want to do, but I want to see that you're doing it. And as soon as you do that, I don't care if you want 2 years.
Right.
That blew all my credibility in you.
Right.
And you was like, all I did was have some tea with my grandchildren.
Right.
All right, come
Well,
on.
that must be sustaining you for the last 2
Yeah,
years.
what the heck? So right now, we got to educate, because it's really getting foolish.
Right, it's this absolute thinking, right? This all or nothing, black or white,
Right.
sort of Cartesian thinking, that absolutism, I call it.
Right.
And it's really, I think, a disservice to the teaching and the concept that we really can live and be nourished more so, let's just say more so, by the elements, by the earth, by the water, by the wind, by the air, by the sun, and just shift the balance.
Exactly.
I say shift the balance, like less food, less matter going into the organism, and more chi, more prana, more energy coming in.
Exactly. Because like she's saying, that's a disgrace to what we're living in, which is a beautiful planet. Our makeup, which is in tune with it, We all will say, well, yeah, you're one with nature, or I am nature. What does that mean? It does not mean you're just standing by a tree. You can shift yourself in your consciousness to really be sustained by nature, because that is what you are. All we did was took on the challenge to manifest that, because I am nature. You understand? It's manifested now. This air that we're breathing in is a substance. We live in the power of the sun, the ultimate energy source on this planet, hands down. And this stuff could sustain you when you start coming back in alignment with it. And this knowledge always been here. And then again, Breatharian, those words we use, prana, chi. From ancient times, they used the word anidia, and it means eating very little or none at all. Stop taking away that very little. If you eat once every 3 days, once every 7 days, you're living on prana.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're clearing the air.
Yay.
So anything else you want to put out?
No, just how much I love and adore you.
Wow! Talk to y'all soon, and have a nice day.
Namaste from India.
Namaste.